Boy next door had a vicious tongue, always mocking my weight for laughs. At our high school graduation dinner, someone joked that Corey and I were childhood sweethearts. He slammed his fork down, face twisting in disgust. Are you insane? Who'd like a whale like Wendy? I hang out with her out of pity. The table roared. Carter, our class president, frowned. You're blind, Corey. Wendy's bone structure is better than anyone here. If she lost the weight, you wouldn't be fit to tie her shoes. Silence flickered, then laughter exploded again. Serious, Carter? Her? Corey scoffed, eyeing me mockingly. If she loses weight and looks half as good as Bella, I'll kneel and apologize. But we all know that'll never happen. More howls of laughter. Under the table, my fists clenched. 8 years of secret feelings shattered in that instant. That night, I stood before my full-length mirror. 5'8", 200 pounds. I made 2 quiet decisions. 1, I would lose the weight. 2, I would not follow him to Colombia. Back at the restaurant, Bella, the reigning prom queen, had laughed the loudest. She deliberately dropped a greasy piece of pork belly onto my plate. Don't be sad, Wendy. Eat up. A full stomach makes you forget everything. Someone else immediately chimed in. Exactly. Our Wendy doesn't need a boyfriend. A plate of ribs is all she needs. The table exploded again. Corey leaned back in his chair, a lingering smirk playing on his lips as he scrolled through his phone. He acted completely detached, like the humiliation he just orchestrated had nothing to do with him. Carter shot him a dark look but chose not to start a fight. Meanwhile, Bella leaned over and whispered something directly into Corey's ear. Corey let out a low, husky chuckle. It wasn't loud, but in the chaotic room, I heard it perfectly. I set my chopsticks down on the ceramic rest. I'm heading out. Bella instantly plastered on a mask of fake concern. Wendy, please don't be mad. We were honestly just joking around. I ignored her completely. I grabbed my purse and walked toward the exit. As I passed Corey's chair, he didn't even bother to look up. He was too busy texting Bella. I stopped right beside him. Corey? He finally lifted his head, his eyes laced with heavy impatience. What? Every single word you said today. My voice was eerily quiet. One day, you are going to regret them. He raised an eyebrow, letting out a dismissive scoff. Me? Regret? I guarantee you I will never. I didn't stick around to hear the rest. I pushed the heavy restaurant doors open and walked out into the night. The street was suffocatingly quiet. My hands were shaking violently, but I refused to let a single tear fall. It wasn't that I didn't feel the pain. It was because it hurt so deeply that crying felt completely useless. My best friend Gemma chased after me, grabbing my wrist tightly. Wendy, I swear to God I will go back in there right now and dump a drink on his. Gemma. I cut her off, my voice raw and scraped hollow. Just walk with me. The amber streetlights stretched our shadows out across the pavement. We walked for a long time before I finally spoke again. He's right about one thing. I am 200 pounds. But he said I could never lose it. I am going to make him eat those words. Gemma bit her lip hard and didn't say a word. She just squeezed my hand tighter. When I finally got home, the house was completely dark. My parents were already asleep. I stood alone in the bathroom under the harsh fluorescent lights. I actually had a medium frame, but it was completely buried. My face was dangerously round, my jawline practically non-existent. But as I leaned closer to the glass, I saw the truth. My eye shape was striking. The bridge of my nose was naturally high, and there was a tiny, delicate beauty mark resting right beneath the outer corner of my eye. Carter's words echoed in my ears. If she ever lost the weight, you wouldn't even be fit to tie her shoelaces. Was it true? I didn't know. But tonight, my mind was set. First, I was dropping the weight. My goal was 115 pounds. Second, I unlocked my phone and logged straight into the university admission portal. My cursor hovered over Columbia University's Fine Arts program. I stared at those glowing letters for a long time. I picked that major 3 years ago solely to stay close to Corey. I spent countless sleepless nights perfecting my portfolio just to make sure we ended up in the same city. Enough. I hit delete. In the search bar, I typed UCLA. Distance, 3,000 miles away. My thumb hovered over the confirm button. 1 second, 2 seconds.